Hello my dear students, welcome back to my channel. This is Prashanthi ma'am. So in today's session from the CBSE we are going to see the coordination, mainly control and coordination lesson. So in one shot, so see the video from the beginning to the ending and at the same time concentrate, focus on the lesson, and each and every point what I am writing on the board, please note down in your notebooks also, so that is going to helpful during the revision and exam time. So we'll start the session, control and coordination. So normally when we talk about the human body, see the human body, it's a wonderful mission. So wonderful mission, why I am saying why, because so in our body we are performing multiple functions. So these multiple functions are possible when all the functions will perform with each other, they will coordinate with each other, then only we can able to lead a successful and healthy life, right? So that's why. So what is our first introduction topic here? So what is the need of coordination in the body? So what is the need of coordination in the body? Definitely coordination is very important. Why? Because not only to perform a successful function and also to escape from the dangerous situations, dangerous conditions. So it is very important. Then also here, what are the systems which are plays very important role in the control and coordination. So mainly, so control and coordination is responsible for maintenance and balance of the body, maintenance and balance of the body functions mainly. So it is responsible for maintenance and balance of the body functions. And also here, what are the two systems which play important role during the control and coordination? They are first one is the nervous system, second one is the endocrine system. So nervous system, you know very well. So nervous system is nothing but, when we talk about nervous system, immediately we will think about the brain. See, not only brain, we have spinal cord, nerves, many are function together, then only we can able to control and we can able to balance the functions in the body. So what are the two systems here? One is nervous system and another one is the endocrine system. Okay, very importantly, in today's class I am going to give many mind mappings. So those mind mappings are enough for easy understanding of the lesson. So please do write the mind mappings whatever I am writing on the board, right? So nervous system mainly, so nervous system is giving coordination from point to point. So point to point interactions, point to point coordination in the body is possible with the help of the nervous system. And also endocrine system, see endocrine system is releasing the chemical substances, those are hormones also known as chemical messengers, and those chemical messengers are responsible to maintain, okay, so to maintain and the control, then they promote the functions, they inhibit the functions. Promotion is nothing but they are going to start secreting the substances, and also inhibition means if the secretions are very more in high amounts, automatically they have to be decreased. Otherwise abnormal situations, abnormal growth takes place in the body. To avoid those circumstances, definitely we need to do two functions, one is secretion, another one is the inhibition. So both are going to be done by the endocrine system, and at the same time endocrine system is showing influence on the nervous system. It shows influence in the nervous system. Now one by one we are going to see both this control and coordination, not only in the human beings and also we are going to see in the plants. So please do watch the video till the end and also don't skip it. Next we are going to see the nervous system. Okay, so nervous system, here nervous system we are going to divide into three categories, so three types we'll say. So nervous system, mainly nervous system, write along with me. So nervous system mainly it is divided into three types. So first one is here I am writing, see, CNS, central nervous system, PNS, peripheral nervous system, and ANS, autonomous nervous system. Autonomous nervous system. So what are the structures which involves in the central nervous system? So first one is the brain, and the next one is the spinal cord. Okay, and then nerves. So peripheral nervous system, so nerves from brain and spinal cord, brain and spinal cord. Okay, spinal cord. Autonomous system, again it is divided into two types, so sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. Sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. Okay, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So mainly the nervous system is divided into three types: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomous nervous system. So central nervous system includes brain and then spinal cord. So peripheral nervous system includes the nerves from the brain and spinal cord. Okay, next autonomous nervous system includes sympathetic and parasympathetic. In this one mind mapping only we are going to cover the entire topic. So first we are going to see the brain. See, the brain is divided into three types again: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Okay, hindbrain, forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. So forebrain, again it consists of cerebrum. Okay, cerebrum is the major part of the brain. Cerebrum plays very important functions in the body, like speech, hearing, and we can able to detect the smells and taste. Yes, why? Because all the sensory organs are connected with the sensory nerves. They are nothing but the receptors which is going to send information to the brain for the processing of the information, and that information again is going to coming back to that particular organ, that is nothing but a receptor organ, which is going to give the information to perform that particular functions. Okay, so here forebrain is cerebrum portion, cerebrum, and also it contains the diencephalon. So diencephalon is nothing but it is the middle structure between the forebrain and midbrain. That's it. So and then midbrain contains the optic lobes, which is responsible to detect the sight, and also it is also responsible for the smell. Why? Because this optic lobes contains the senses which is going to give that particular functions. Next, hindbrain, mainly it contains the two structures, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Okay, so mainly cerebellum, here we have the question, what is the part of the brain which is responsible for the balancing the postures of the body? Balancing the postures of the body is cerebellum. Cerebellum, it is responsible for the postures, to maintain the body position, and also medulla is responsible for involuntary functions. Okay, involuntary functions like example, breathing. See, breathing, and also heartbeat. See here, choking. So like that many functions are going to be performed by the medulla oblongata. Next are peripheral nervous system. See, peripheral nervous system contains the nerves from brain and spinal cord. Brain nerves is about 12 and spinal nerves is about 31. That's it. And then autonomous nervous system, we again divide into two types, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic. Sympathetic is responsible to control involuntary functions. Okay, it is responsible to control involuntary functions. Okay, involuntary functions. Parasympathetic, just opposite functions of the parasympathetic. So parasympathetic is going to function just opposite to the sympathetic functions. For example, see, if sympathetic is increasing the heartbeat, the parasympathetic is going to decrease the heartbeat. If it is increasing the blood pressures, and here it is decreasing the blood pressures. So like that, functions are going to be performed by the parasympathetic nervous systems. So nervous system mainly divided into three types: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, autonomous nervous system. It contains brain and spinal cord. Brain again divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. So here we have one more question. Note down these questions. What are the protective membranes which covers the brain? What is the hard structure which covers the brain? So the hard structure which covers the brain is nothing but the cranium. Okay, cranium, it is commonly known as skull. Okay, cranium, and it is commonly known as, just below the cranium, it contains the three membranes. So those membranes which covers the brain are known as meninges. Note down that word also, meninges. See here, brain is going to be covered by the meninges. That's it. So next we are going to see the structure of neuron. So in the structure of neuron, very simple structure. If you want, take screenshot. Next we will see the nerve cell. Okay, so nerve cell is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. So structural and functional unit, why it is called structural and functional unit? Because all the functions of the brain is going to be analyzed and also carried by the nerves. So here nerve cell structure, see here, nerve cell structure contains the cell body and then axon. Axon is going to be divided into the axon terminals like this. So here this axon contains the dendrites, this middle central nucleus, and axon is covered by the myelinated, and this axon terminals contains the synaptic nerves. Simple diagram. So here if you see the parts, see, they are the dendrites, and this one is the cell body, middle nucleus, myelin sheath, axon, middle long branch is known as axon, and they are axon terminals. So functions I am writing, why? Because very important. What are the functions of dendrites, axons and axon terminals? Cell body. See, first one, dendrite functions. Here only I am writing, see, dendrites. It is going to detect the impulse and also receives the impulse. It receives the impulses. Impulse means what? Electrical signal. So that is going to be carried towards the cell body. The dendrites are going to carry the nerve impulses towards the cell body. Cell body is going to transmit towards the axon. Cell body is the main structure in the nerve cell. It is going to responsible to transfer that nerve impulses. Okay, transfer that nerve impulses into the axon. From axon to, it is going to enter into the axon terminals, into the another neuron, Okay, so how the electrical signals are going to be sent? So here the impulses are going to be, the nerve impulses are going to be converted into chemical substances. Actually this chemical substance is also known as neurotransmitters. Okay, neurotransmitters. How many types of neurons are present in the body? There are three types of neurons. One is sensory neurons, another one is the motor neurons, so sensory neurons also known as, so sensory neurons also known as efferent neurons, and at the same time motor neurons are known as efferent neurons. Okay, efferent neurons, and in between the efferent and efferent there are associated neurons. So note down that point also. Here neurons are three types. So how many types of neurons are there? So one is here sensory, also known as effector, and then motor, effector, and associated neurons. That's it. So this is about the neurons. Next we will go to the reflex arcs. Okay, reflex arcs. So what is reflex arc? So it is nothing but simply it's just a path. Okay, it's just a path, it's like a route map. So from body part to the brain or spinal cord. So one simple mind map I am going to draw. All of you draw along with me. Take the screenshot, otherwise draw yourself. So in a simple way, how we can able to draw the reflex arcs? So reflex arcs mainly, so actually imagine this is a feet. So down of the feet there is a sharp object. Okay, it is having a sharp object. So from the sharp object, so here the nerves which is going to detect this neuron, where towards the spinal cord. So here you have the spinal cord. So here inside the spinal cord there is a butterfly like structure. Okay, spinal cord. So here this is going towards the one neuron, and in the middle it contains the interneurons. It is receiving this, and then again it is going to be carried. So one by one I am going to explain now. See here, the neuron which is going to carry that impulse is known as sensory neuron or effector towards the spinal cord. From spinal cord there will be the interneurons. The interneurons, see right here, this is a interneuron which analyzing the information, and again here the motor neurons. See motor neurons. So like portion I am going to draw here. So here the motor neurons, this portion is known as motor or effector neuron, which is going to send the information towards the receptor organ. So here this motor neuron is responsible for the muscle functions, So what is the pathway here? First receptor organ, this will be the receptor organ. From receptor organs to effector nerves towards the spinal cord or brain. Maximum reflex arcs are going to be carried towards the spinal cord. From spinal cord, with the help of the interneurons, the information is going to be carried by the motor neurons and towards the effector part. So it finally the leg is going to be removed from the sharp objects or hot objects. Okay, immediately we are receiving. So this all process takes place within fraction of seconds. Okay, so after that we are going to see this is about the reflex arc, very simple reflex arcs. After that we will see the plant controls. Okay, plant control and coordination. So even like Right, all of you, draw this diagram. So next we are going to control and coordination in the plants. So control and coordination in the plants, so we have nervous system and endocrine system, so we are doing all the control and coordination functions in the body. So then what about the plants? So even plants also is releasing the hormones, and also they will show the responses. It is showing the responses towards the environmental changes. So here what about the plant functions? So first one, we will see the nastic movements. Afterwards we are going to see the, first we will see the nastic movements. So nastic movements is nothing but what, it is not related to the growth. So very important point, underline this. So the nastic movements not related to the growth. So this movement completely it is going to be influenced by the environmental changes. So environmental changes means it may be towards the what, towards or away. So here we are not saying the nastic movements always towards the stimuli, towards the changes in the environment. Here the nastic movements that may be towards or away, towards or away. If they are going towards the stimuli, that will be positive trophic movement. If it is going away from the stimuli or the substances, it will be negative trophic movements. Okay, negative trophic movements based on the component, based on the stimuli, the nastic movements are going to be called with different names. So all of you write, everyone. One is so thigmonastic. So thigmonastic movements is nothing but, so the plants are responding to the touch. Okay, the plants are responding to the touch. Example is touch-me-not plant. So we know very well about the touch-me-not plant. Why? Because if you touch the leaves, immediately it is going to close it. So after some time, when it feels it is safe, then again it is going to be relaxed. So here touch-me-not plant is scientifically it is known as Mimosa pudica. Why? Because it contains the pulvini cells, the swelling cells. After that, hydrotropic means it is maybe towards or away from the water, towards or away from the water. So if it is towards, it will be positive hydrotrophism, and if it is away, negative hydrotropism. Okay, so hydrotropic movements. After that, phototropic. Photo means light. So the plant is going to show response from the light. So either towards light or away from the light. In the same way, we have geotropic. Okay, chemotropic. So it is towards the earth or ground. Okay, example, runners we can take, runner plants, flowers, chrysanthemum. Okay, so these are going to be take the support from the ground. They are going to grow towards the ground. Okay, chemicals, it reacts towards the, it shows response towards the chemicals. So these are the nastic movements. Okay, nastic movements are different from the growth movements. They are completely showing otherwise showing response towards the changes in the environment. And so there are different types: thigmonastic, and they are related to the touch; hydrotropic, water; phototropic, light; geotropic, earth; and chemotropic, chemicals. Next we will see the hormones, very important. From this also we have many questions, 1 mark, 2 marks questions we can expect from the topic. Okay, so here hormones which is secreted in the plants are known as phytohormones. Okay, phyto means plant, and the secretions are known as phytohormones. So mainly 5 hormones: auxins, then gibberellins, then cytokines, abscisic acid, and fifth one is the ethylene. Okay, so auxins, gibberellins, cytokines, abscisic. Functions we are going to see now. So functions, auxins, it is going to promote growth of plant tissues. Okay, growth of plant tissues. Gibberellins, G, germination, same, promotes germination of seeds, birds. Okay, seeds, birds, germination, mainly it is responsible for the germination of seeds and also germination of birds for the growth of the plant. Cytokines, see, cyto, cell. Okay, it promotes cell division. Kinin means division, cell division, and also cell growth. Abscisic, absence, it is going to inhibit means stops, inhibits growth, and also it promotes the wilting leaves, and also dormancy of seeds. Very, very important. So which hormone is responsible for dormancy of the seeds? Abscisic acid. Next, ethylene is responsible for ripening fruits. Okay, so ethylene is a gas which is responsible for ripening the fruits. That is about the phytohormones. Next we will see the hormones in our body, that is nothing but endocrine systems. Okay, all of you note down this. We will go to the endocrine system. Take the screenshot. Very, very simple points that you can able to score well. Next, so endocrine system itself, endocrine system is nothing but ductless glands are present here. They are going to release the secretions directly into the blood. So endocrine glands, ductless, releasing secretions directly into the blood. Okay, so what are the main endocrine glands? So some endocrine glands we are going to see in today's topic. First one is the pituitary, next thyroid, pancreas, next gonads. Okay, pituitary, thyroid, pancreas, and gonads. Okay, so one by one we are going to see now. Pituitary is the master gland. So pituitary is also known as master gland. Why? Because it is releasing many hormones and that influence the functions of all the body. Okay, so here pituitary is the master gland. Okay, master gland, what we call master gland. So what is the chief hormone is secreted here? Growth hormone, GH for growth hormone. See, if the hormones are releasing in the normal levels, so the person will be normal only. If the secretions are high, if the secretions are more in quantity than the required amounts, it releases the leads to the condition acromegaly, means giant personalities. Giant personality means the person will be very tall, huge personality, facial features also will be very different. And if it is less than the required amounts, it is going to cause the dwarfism, means exact opposite, acromegaly, gigantism, and here dwarfism means a person will be very short. So that is about the growth hormone. Not only growth hormones, it is releasing the follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormones, okay, and adenocorticotrophic hormones, like that. Many hormones are secreted by the pituitary gland, and it influences the other endocrine glands. That's why it is known as master gland. Thyroid hormone is thyroxine, is responsible to maintain the metabolic functions of the body. Metabolic functions like respiration, breathing, heartbeat, so that and also coordinated functions. So these all functions are going to be balanced by the or promoted by the thyroxine hormone. Pancreas. So pancreas is one of the more interesting gland. That why? Because it is mixed gland. Why it is called mixed gland? Because it releasing the secretions for digestion, enzymes, and also it is releasing hormones. So enzymes for digestion and hormones for control and coordination. So what are the two hormones are secreted here? One is glucagon and another one is the insulin. So insulin we know very well. So why the people, here we have another important question. So definitely we can expect in the board exams, insulin, why the person have to inject the insulin from, actually our body itself, it is secreting the insulin. Why we are taking from outside? If the insulin levels are very less or completely absent, then that situations the person is have to take the injections, insulin in the form of injections. So that answer you can able to write. And then glucagon, if the sugar levels increases, if the sugar levels decreases, so the glucose is going to be released to balance the glucose levels in the blood. So if here the glucose levels are increased, insulin is going to secrete, and if the glucose levels decreases, glucagon is going to secrete. So what is the condition we will get if the insulin levels decreases in the body? That is diabetes mellitus. Okay, right? The disease diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus. Next one is gonads. So what are the gonads here? So gonads are ovaries and testes. Ovaries and also testes. Ovaries are present in the female and testes are present in the male. Ovaries releasing the two hormones, estrogen and progesterone, and testis releasing the hormone testosterone. So here estrogen and progesterone both are responsible for secondary sexual characters. Okay, secondary sexual characters, and progesterone is responsible to maintain the pregnancy. Okay, so that is all about the endocrine glands. Take the screenshot, all of you. Okay, so that is about the control and coordination full part, main some topics all we covered in this session. I hope you all like the video, and also if you have any issues regarding the topics, and also if you did not understand anything, please comment in the comment section, and also please do watch the videos. If you have any doubts and queries, please let me know. Okay, and if anyone is watching for the first time, please do subscribe the channel. Okay, thank you, signing off.